You didn't think we were gonna catch that. Well, guess what? We did. Hello everybody, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today, Baldurs Gate 3 Early Access in what year? 2020. That is the confirmation that we got today, and that's what we're going to be discussing. But first, if you're new here, welcome. Here at Action RPG, I stream, I do tech reviews, I cover major gaming news, but the big portion of this channel, all things Action RPG. So if you grew up loving the Diablo series, if you're a fan of top-down isometric hack and slash style games, you are in the right place. So please consider subscribing and supporting smaller channels. Alright, let's get on to the news. As always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below. Here we go. Okay, so let's get into this. Look at this article on PC Gamer. Baldurs Gate 3 is coming in early access this year. Hasbro gave up news in an investor presentation. They didn't think we were going to catch it. We did. I guess they did, and then I just found this. In an event for investors at New York Toy Fair, Hasbro has announced that Baldurs Gate 3 will come to early access later this year. The presentation highlighted 7 Dungeons & Dragons based RPGs in development, including Baldurs Gate 3 and Dark Alliance. The plan is one of D&D's based RPG to be released every year until 2025. Hasbro is the parent company of Wizards of the Coast, who have licensed Dungeons & Dragons and Baldurs Gate to Larian Studios for the 3rd game in the series. Larian is no stranger to early access releases. Divinity Original Sin came out in early access ahead of its main release with a limited section of the game's story. Baldurs Gate 3 will, according to the presentation, come to early access sometime later this year. Baldurs Gate 3 2020. This news comes after Wizards of the Coast has opened and started staffing a new studio. Archetype Entertainment, composed in large part by BioWare Austin veterans. That studio is working on a sci-fi production, but there's no further news on that front. The presentation also mentioned 2009 was a record year for Wizards of the Coast, partly from the income of Magic the Gathering Arena. Well, of course it was. Let's switch over to IGN. Baldurs Gate 3 will release in early access later this year. It's just about a week before PAX East. Baldurs Gate 3 developer Larian Studios announced that the long-awaited RPG will first launch in early access later this year. 2 different people confirming this. Hasbro, which owns Wizards of the Coast, already heard all that. Larian will be debuting gameplay footage during PAX East for Baldurs Gate 3 on February 27th at 3:30 Eastern Time, 12:30 Pacific Standard, where I will be live streaming. So come back here February 27th, and I will give you all the info on what's going on Baldurs Gate 3. Larian has said that the PAX East presentation will feature gameplay and story details, plus a Q&A session for fans afterwards. Hasbro discussed plenty more during the presentation at the New York Fair. The company echoed the Wizards of the Coast president's earlier comments, saying that 7 games based on Dungeons & Dragons IP are currently in production, including Dark Alliance, the spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate. Dark Alliance, which lets players hack and slash through orc hordes on the popular Icewind Dale. I don't want to read any more of this. Okay. So that's pretty big news coming out of Saturday. Normally game news on the weekend isn't very big. I feel like people, especially when the weather's better, they'll go outside, spend time with their family, or maybe they're just playing actual games and not following the news. But when I saw this, I was like, I have to get a video out letting everybody know, because that's pretty big news, especially if you've been following this. Right now you can find just the internet littered with news talking about the anticipation of February 27th, where we actually get to see gameplay, we get to talk about, or we get to see the story. There's going to be a special guest there on stage while they are playing the game live, so we finally get an idea of what this game looks like. And it kind of makes me think of like Magic Legends. Like everyone had this idea of what Magic Legends was going to be, then you finally get gameplay and it's like, this is an action RPG, which, I mean, it's good for my channel because I love action RPGs, but that is not how they spun it the whole time. So for all intents and purposes, we have absolutely no idea what this game is going to look like. And seeing that its predecessor is probably the best role-playing game ever made, they're going to have some pretty big shoes to fill. So that's the article. That is the news. February 27th at PAX East, I will be live streaming and we will get to see what all this news is and what's going on about this game. But coming to you first from Action RPG, early access for Baldurs Gate 3 will be in 2020. That's all I got. I hope you're just as excited as me because I will be in that early access. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.